How y'all doing, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing day. In this video, I'm going to be talking about clippers. There's your typical clippers, your regular professional clippers, and then there's trimmers, aka tapers or liners. Non-adjustable. This is what you use to finish up the haircut. This is what you use to do the haircut. A good professional clipper is going to come with an adjustable lever on the side. This is what you call open. Open means the blades are separate from each other. There's more space between the blades. As you can see, this is the outside blade. This is the inside blade. See that there's a gap between them. On closed, those blades get closer together. When they're open, that gives you a longer length on your haircut. Closed, that gives you a shorter length on your haircut. And there's adjustments in between. And as you get comfortable with using the clipper, you'll get more comfortable with the different lengths that it could cut. So in addition to using the clipper guards to adjust your length, you have this lever right here. Like I said, open, closed, longer, shorter, open, longer, closed, shorter. This is your outliner, aka your taper. This is what you use to, put that crispy line on the haircut like you see above my mustache, on the inside of the mustache, and what you use to do a tape up. You can also use this once you get a little bit more comfortable with holding the clippers to, do cleanups. Like I like to use it to take the excess hair off of my beard, but sometimes you can use this with the lever closed as well. It's up to you. I'm going to show you a little bit real quick how to hold your clippers. Now, I'm left-handed, so when I'm doing a cut, I like to hold the clippers like this. I use my fingers to brace the clipper from the back and my thumb to guide, and I'm cutting like this. Cutting like that. This is if I were going either against or with the grain, it doesn't matter. Like if this were the front of the head, this is me going against the grain. If this were the front of the head, this is me going with the grain. And you follow the contours of the person's head, trying not to dig too much into it with either side, with whatever guard you select for doing your haircut. This allows you to hold the clippers in a comfortable space while being able to maneuver them around to adjust pressure on either side. As you get into techniques like fading and things of that nature and cutting different grades of hair, people with bald spots and things of that nature, you'll find that this will come in really handy. So this is a good way to hold the clippers. Again, there's no direct science to it. So if you find that this isn't comfortable and you find a more comfortable way to hold the clippers, just make sure that whichever way you choose, that you're able to pivot the clippers and maneuver them so that you could give your client a quality haircut. And as you get better with it, let's say you do the cut down with the guard and you want to give the person an even trim, you comb the hair out, and you could take the clipper and glide right above the hair and cut whatever excess hair. But you got to have a steady hand because you don't want your hand doing like this, because that's going to show in the haircut. So it had to be like smooth glides like that. Now for the liner or the taper, I typically hold my main fingers on the front, thumb on the back right here. There's actually a little groove on the back for you to hold it as well. So the grooves are set like on the back, so you hold it like this with your thumb on the front. If you're cutting up, let's say you're balding a client's hair like so you hold it with the clipper flat against the head and you go like this. and you flick out as you get to the top to prevent from digging into the client's scalp and causing irritation. And this is also good for stopping at the fade line as well. In a future video, I'll actually show you these techniques on real hair so that you can see what it looks like. But right now, I just want y'all to get comfortable with holding the clippers. You can get a mannequin head from your local beauty supply store to practice as well. But this is like a good way to practice, you know, giving your client a bald head. This will allow you to cut even strokes without leaving patches. When it's time for lining up, you hold the clippers the opposite way that I showed you in the beginning. Fingers on the front, thumb in the back for pivot. And you press it against the head like so. Now, there's two things that you could do to clean up the excess hair. You can start low and push towards the line that you're creating and creating a stop, or you can start at the line that you're trying to create and pull and come down from that line. Either way is fine, whichever one you prefer. But I find that sometimes if you create a line first and then come up and clean up to that line, that you get a cleaner cut, because the push up lifts the hair and cuts it better. But you know, as you get more comfortable with holding the clippers, you'll figure that out for yourself. And I'll show you that in a future video, how it looks when you're actually doing it on real hair. So there's creating the line and then pushing up to that line, or starting from your line and going down. Or if you get comfortable enough, you could just start from scratch and go straight up to whatever line that you decide to create. If you can get a mannequin head and practice this on a mannequin head with the clippers off, or you could even start with something like this. You could draw an imaginary line and practice hitting that line and going across. This is a good way to practice, because as you get into the flow, you're gonna create muscle memory to start from a good space every time versus being all over the place like that, you know. But your hand is gonna control the motion between these fingers and your thumb holding it in position this way. I'll probably do another video in the future and show you how to do it on a mannequin head. I just didn't have one present right now while I was recording. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to drop a comment and I'll make a future video explaining whatever you guys ask me questions about. I hope y'all found this video informative. Thank y'all for checking in.